We know that momager Kris Jenner makes raking in the dough look easy. And as you could probably imagine, with all that money comes a ton of gifts for the Jenner family.
It's the present that your dad gave me the day you were born. Mom, you're so cute.
A family of cars. If you've seen Keeping Up with the Kardashians to any extent, you'll see that gestures, both big and small, go a long way with the Kardashian-Jenner family. And during Christmas of 2021, Kris made one of the biggest gestures of all. Seen on Kim Kardashian's Instagram stories last December, Kris surprised her entire family with mocha electric cars in a variety of colors. According to Ranker, a base model of the car starts at over $20,000, but it's estimated that Kris spent around $25,000 per car and close to $150,000 total for the 6 cars she bought her children. Gingerbread houses. It's fair to say that gingerbread houses are likely to be a tradition for many families. But in the Jenner household, they take things to a whole different level. Every year, Kris gifts her children festive gingerbread houses with everyone's name on it. Kris shared photos of hers from Christmas of 2020, and they seem pretty luxurious. And that's because they are. The houses are handmade in the Solvang bakery, and the custom light-up manners that Kris usually gets cost nearly $1,500 a piece. Alabama's new shoes. She may not legally be a part of the Jenner family yet, but Travis Barker's daughter, Alabama, might as well be family at this point. Since her dad started dating Kourtney Kardashian, she's been close to the family, and Kris may even think of Alabama as one of her own. And to show her love for Alabama, Kris gifted her with a pair of white Bottega Veneta boots for her 16th birthday. Leave it to Kris to casually drop $650 on a pair of boots. Caitlyn's glassware. You don't even have to be a huge fan of Keeping Up with the Kardashians to know that Kris and Caitlyn definitely had their fair share of ups and downs throughout their marriage. For a while there, things were more than a little rocky, but recently we've seen things change. So it was heartwarming to see that Kris gifted Caitlyn with a pricey glassware set for Christmas last year. The price of the set is unknown, but this is Kris Jenner we're talking about, so spending a pretty penny on glassware isn't exactly off-brand for her. Easter Party 2021. It goes without saying that the Jenners have given us some of the most iconic parties we've ever seen. And that's very much the vibe we get when looking at the Easter party she threw for her grandkids in 2021. Extravagant decorations, Easter egg hunts, and giant Easter bunnies aside, Kris even included some pretty impressive gift bags. Khloe went to Instagram to thank her mother for the event, and we couldn't help but notice that the gift bags are literally bigger than true. Lavish is an understatement for Kris. Gift bag appliances. You'd think that Kris would have enough of spoiling her family with the extravagant Christmas Eve parties that she throws every year on top of all the gifts she buys. But of course, she also has to make sure every guest at her party leaves with something over the top. In January of 2020, Kim showed off some of the appliances her mom gifted everyone with, and they included multiple Dolce & Gabbana Smeg appliances that cost around $700 a piece. It's estimated that the total cost Kris spent on appliances for Kim's video alone cost over $140,000. Yearly Christmas gifts. Now that we have an idea of how much Kris is willing to spend on holiday gift bags, it leaves some of us wondering how much she actually spends on gifts for such a large family. According to an insider from Life and Style, Kris spends around $500,000 just on toys, and usually ends up buying like 1,000 gifts. I honestly can't even comprehend spending that much money on gifts, but we'll just believe Kris when she talks about going all out for her kids and grandkids. Palm Springs home. Kris Jenner isn't new to owning multi-million-dollar homes. She's owned a few of them, and even her children have owned luxurious homes. But the Jenner matriarch loves her expensive homes, and her latest property includes a $12 million home in La Quinta, California, located in the Coachella Valley. While the home is hers, she often uses it as the family's vacation home for all her children. But with the views of the mountains and spacious backyard, the home is the dictionary definition of peace and tranquility. True's Playhouse. As of right now, Kris has a total of 10 grandchildren, with number 11 on the way. With such a big family, it makes sense that Kris would want to make sure that all the grandkids were treated to lavish gifts. So in typical Kris Jenner fashion, she gifted Khloe's daughter True with a backyard playhouse of her own. Khloe gave a sneak peek of the house on TikTok, and we kid you not, True's playhouse looks better than most of our adult homes. And it may look a little similar to another Kris Jenner grandchild, Stormi's playhouse. It's beyond safe to assume that Kylie loves to spoil her daughter Stormi. For a 3-year-old, she's already got pretty impressive shoe, bag, and jewelry collections. But something else she has is a 2-story house of her own, the very same house that True's playhouse was modeled from. Never mind the fact that I'm writing this in a studio apartment, Kris gifted her granddaughter the playhouse of her dreams, complete with an open floor plan, air conditioning, a kitchen, fireplace, and even a balcony. It's not certain how much the house cost, but seeing as how the playhouse for Kourtney Kardashian's kid cost around $100,000, we'll stick to that ballpark. Free Botox for Christmas. If this wasn't the most Kardashian-y gift of them all, I don't know what is. In December of 2019, Kris teamed up with Botox Cosmetic for their promotional campaign to persuade customers to gift their $100 gift cards to their friends and family for beauty injectables throughout the holiday season. Kris mentioned how much she loved her Botox treatment and was looking forward to getting her mother a Botox gift card herself. Corey's birthday party. To add to our long list of events, Kris threw a Dallas Cowboys-themed birthday party for her boyfriend since 2014, Corey Gamble. In November of 2019, Corey celebrated his 39th birthday, and it honestly seemed like a party we wish we could have been invited to. We are sure it cost a pretty penny, but with the balloons and decorations, custom birthday cake, and all the other festivities that come with a Kris Jenner party, we are sure it was worth it. Chicago's Music Box. With Kim and Kanye West as parents, we're sure she's received some amazing gifts over the years. One lavish gift, however, came from Grandma Jenner instead. For Chicago's first birthday, Kris gifted her with a Louis Vuitton music box estimated to cost around $3,300. Not only did we not even know that music boxes were something you could get from Louis Vuitton, but we also don't think Chicago even knew what a music box was. But who are we to judge? Mason's Versace coat. Mason Disick may seem like a normal kid to some, but he's actually quite far from it. And a big part of that may just be because of the lifestyle he grew up in, and the fact that normal kids don't have a grandparent like Kris Jenner to drop over $3,000 on a Versace coat for the fun of it. While he looked adorable celebrating his 9th birthday while out with Kris, the cost of his coat cost more than many people's mortgage payments. Khloe's bracelets. The gifts Kris gives her children are usually extravagant in nature, but sometimes they're more about sentiment than the price tag. And that was the case when she gifted Khloe with 3 gold diamond bracelets originally given to her by her late husband, Robert Kardashian Sr. Kris held on to them for years until she could finally give them to Khloe after she had her first child, True. If you caught that episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you'll know that Khloe had kind of been going through it during that time, so the family heirloom gift was heartwarming to see. Chicago's Stroller. Kris had also been known to be a pretty big spender when it comes to her children and grandchildren, so it makes sense that when Chicago was born in 2018, Kris wasted no time and spared no expense when dropping over $8,000 on multiple Silver Cross strollers for her family. The price tag may be huge, but that also makes Kris Jenner one of the celebrities who own the same strollers that Kate Middleton used. Who else can say that? Chicago's wooden crib. We'll go ahead and assume that Kris must have been beyond excited to go shopping for Kim's 3rd child, because not only did she spend a ton of money on her strollers, Kris bought Chicago a handcrafted Anaïsa crib. For those of us who may have no idea what that means, it's essentially a high-priced wooden crib that retails for around $6,000. That's a hefty price tag, but if anyone can foot that bill, it's Kris Jenner. Khloe's prince. Christmas of 2016 was a huge year of gifts for Khloe. Well, we're sure it was for the whole family, but you get our point. Even though it wasn't exactly Christmas yet, Khloe went to Snapchat to show off some of her pre-Christmas gifts. And one of them was a set of 2 original prints of Marilyn Monroe. To make the gift even more heartwarming, the prints were signed by the original photographer, Bert Stern. Rob's Bachelor Pad. One thing that the Kar Jenner kids seem to value is their independence. Fans on the show may remember how excited Kris's children were to have their own homes and start their own careers. To help Rob achieve this, Kris shelled out a whopping $2.3 million to buy him a home of his own, not far from the rest of his family. For most of us, our first space where we gain independence is usually an apartment or something. But leave it to Kris to provide her kids with multi-million-dollar homes for their first space. Kylie's Birkin bag. Kylie has earned a lot of money and likes to spend it, and we can't be mad at that. But before she got to where she is now, her expensive bags were gifts from her mother. Back in 2015, Kris gifted her youngest daughter with an Hermes Birkin bag. While we're not sure the cost of that specific bag, they would usually start at around $10,000. Kylie may be able to purchase a bag like that now without even thinking about it, but it's still an insane amount of money to spend on a bag. Unless you're Kris Jenner, that is. Were there any gifts from this list that you didn't expect to see? Let us know down in the comments below and subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more.